My child, pause for a moment and listen with your heart. The clock is moving quickly, and every second is more important than you realize. I am speaking to you right now because your life is standing at a turning point, and what you choose in this moment will decide what comes next. Do not treat this as just another word or just another voice passing by. This is not ordinary. This is holy. You have entered into a moment I set in motion long before you were born. It is a moment that will not return in the same way again. If you let this pass, you may lose what I have prepared for you. That is why I speak with urgency, because the time left to choose rightly is not long. I see you where you are right now. I see the confusion in your thoughts, the weight pressing against your chest, the silent fears that you tried to hide from others. You wonder if you are strong enough to keep going. You question if I truly hear your prayers, and you doubt if I still have a plan for you. But I am telling you today, this very instant, that I have been with you in every hidden battle. I was with you when the nights felt endless and no comfort could be found. I was with you when betrayal cut you deeply and you felt abandoned. I was with you when your strength ran out and you whispered that you could not go on. Not one moment of your pain had been unseen, not one tear unnoticed, not one cry unheard. My beloved, I have always been near, closer than your very breath. And now, I am speaking directly to you because I do not want you to miss what is about to happen. Time is running out. The season you are in is shifting quickly, and you cannot afford to stay in the same place, repeating the same doubts, living under the same weight. This is not the time to turn away, not the time to delay, not the time to silence what I am placing in your spirit. This is the time to hear, to believe, and to act. You think you found this message by chance, but I placed it before you because I knew the exact second your heart would be ready to hear me. I knew when the questions inside you would reach their highest point. I knew when the longing in your soul would become too heavy to carry alone. That is why you are here now. I grew you to this moment. Not the world, not an algorithm, not coincidence me. The creator of the heavens and the earth chose this very second to speak to you because I do not want you to step into tomorrow without knowing what I am about to reveal. My child, you have only a short window to receive this. Do not waste it. Do not harden your heart. Do not let doubt steal this moment from you. If you ignore these words, regret will follow, because you will realize later what you could have carried but left behind. I am not saying this to frighten you, but to awaken you. Time is moving faster than you see. Doors are closing, battles are being decided, and destinies are being shaped. The enemy is rushing to distract you, to confuse you, to make you think you have plenty of time. But I am telling you the truth. You do not. The opportunity before you now cannot be delayed. You must choose to listen and receive. I want you to understand how important this is. I am not speaking only about the days of your life, but about your eternity. I am not calling you just to comfort your pain, but to shift your entire future. What you decide in the next few minutes will set the course of what is to come. That is why I am pressing this message into your heart with such intensity. It is not just encouragement. It is not just inspiration. It is destiny. I see the heaviness you carry, the disappointments that left you broken, the unanswered prayers that made you feel forgotten, the loneliness that follows you even in crowded rooms. I know you thought at times that maybe I was silent, that maybe I had walked away, that maybe I had nothing left to give you. But I never turned my face from you. Every time you thought I was gone, I was shielding you. Every time you thought I was quiet, I was working behind the scenes. Every time you thought you were abandoned, I was holding you. And now I am stepping out of the hidden place to tell you plainly, I have not left you, and I will never leave you. But hear me well, this is not a season for delay. This is not the hour to turn your attention elsewhere. This is not the time to let your heart wander. I am standing at the door of your heart, knocking loudly, and you must open now. If you let this moment slip, the weight of regret will be heavy, because what I am offering you today is greater than what you have asked for. I am offering peace beyond your understanding, restoration in places you thought were ruined forever, and freedom from chains you believed could never be broken. Type Jesus. Set my heart ablaze for you if you're hungry for more of Him. You have only minutes to decide how you will respond. Will you believe and receive, or will you look away and let it pass? My child, I tell you with love and with urgency, do not walk away. Do not convince yourself that you will come back later, that another chance will come. I gave you this moment because this is the exact appointed time for your spirit to awaken. Later will not carry the same power. Tomorrow will not bring the same opening. Right now is the door, and if you walk away, you may not see it again. I love you too much to let you miss what I have prepared. That is why I am speaking so directly, so urgently, so strongly. I am fighting for your attention because I know how quickly distractions rise, how easily fear whispers, how swiftly doubt steals what is holy. Do not let that happen. Guard this moment with your heart. Hold on to every word, because they are not the words of man but the words of your God who created you, who knows you, and who loves you with a love that will never end. You feel the stirring in your heart even now. That is not coincidence. That is my spirit touching you, confirming to you that these words are real. The sudden weight you feel, the warmth in your chest, the tears rising in your eyes, that is me. Do not ignore it. That is my presence drawing near, reminding you that you are chosen, reminding you that you are loved, reminding you that your story is not over. So listen closely, my beloved child. You have only 3 minutes in this divine window, but those 3 minutes can change everything. They can pull you out of despair and set your feet on a new path. They can lift the burden that has crushed you and fill you with peace. They can open doors that were locked and heal wounds that seemed too deep. But it begins with your choice to listen and believe. Do not hesitate. Do not turn away. Let these words sink deep into your soul, because they are your lifeline, your turning point, your answer. I am calling you by name. I am standing before you with open arms. I am ready to break chains, heal wounds, restore dreams, and pour blessings over your life. But you must give me these minutes. Just these minutes. Stay here with me. Hear me until the final word, and you will never be the same again. My child, listen carefully. I am here now. Not far away, not hidden, not silent. I am here in this very moment, closer to you than the breath that fills your lungs. Every second of this time is holy, for I chose it before the foundations of the world were set in place. I have come near to speak, to comfort, to warn, to bless, and to remind you that you are never forgotten. This is not just another passing hour. It is a divine appointment, written into eternity before time began, and I do not want you to miss what I am about to reveal. You may have wondered if I was far from you, if my eyes had turned elsewhere, if my ears had grown deaf to your cries. I tell you now with all the authority of heaven, I was never distant. I was never silent. I was never unconcerned. Every moment of your life, I have been with you. In your laughter, I was smiling beside you. In your tears, I was holding you. In your failures, I was lifting you. In your loneliness, I was closer than you ever knew. Even when you thought the silence meant my absence, it was not so. The silence was me working in ways you could not see, arranging pieces you could not imagine, protecting you from dangers you did not even know were near. Today I break that silence and declare to you, I am here, right now. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. My spirit surrounds you in this instant. My presence fills the very space you occupy. You may feel a stillness, a weight, a stirring in your chest that is not imagination. That is me. I am leaning close to speak to your heart, to remind you that you are not abandoned. I have never stepped away, and I never will. My child, every second counts. You are living in a moment where time is precious beyond measure. Heaven itself is leaning near, angels are standing in awe, and my spirit is touching your soul in ways you may not fully understand. Do not dismiss what you feel. Do not tell yourself this is ordinary. It is not ordinary. This moment had been chosen since before creation. Long before your first breath, long before you open your eyes to this world, I wrote this moment into your story. You are not hearing these words by chance. I brought you here. I placed them before you because I knew you would need them at this exact time, in this exact place, in this exact season. You often think your life is random, that circumstances push you here and there, but I want you to understand, nothing in your life escapes my plan. Every detail has been woven into a greater design. Even the mistakes, the detours, the delays, none of them ever remove you from my sight. I use them to shape you, to prepare you, to bring you to this very appointment. And now, with all of heaven as my witness, I tell you that you are standing in a moment unlike any other. You are in a holy place of decision, and what you do with this moment will shape not only your days but your destiny. I am not distant. I am not an idea. I am not a fading memory or a voice from long ago. I am the living God, and I am present with you right now. Look not to the noise around you. Look to the stirring within you. That gentle pull in your heart, that sudden flood of emotion, that quiet voice whispering that this message is real, that is me. I am not speaking in riddles or shadows. I am speaking plainly so that you cannot mistake my nearness. With sincere gratitude, we gently invite you to support our channel, as our heartfelt purpose is to bring happiness, peace, and devotion into your life while inspiring reverence toward God. And if our work has touched your heart, you may kindly support us through the Super Thanks button down below. You have asked for a sign. You have prayed, Lord, if you are real, show me. If you hear me, let me know. If you still care, give me a word. This is your word. This is your sign. This is your answer. I am here, and I am speaking directly to you. Not to the crowd, not to someone else passing by, but to you. I see you, I know you, and I am calling your name even now. I chose this moment long before the stars were placed in the heavens. I saw this moment before the seas were filled, before the mountains rose, before the earth spun on its axis. I wrote this very appointment into eternity because I knew there would come a day when you would need to hear me clearly, when you would need to feel my nearness, when you would need to be reminded that you are not forgotten. And now that moment has come. Is it? This is the holy time you have been carried toward. My beloved, do not take this lightly. Every second matters because every second carries eternal weight. What you choose in this moment will echo far beyond today. The enemy wants to convince you that this is nothing, that these are just words, that you can scroll away and nothing will change. But I warn you, if you ignore this, you will miss what I have placed before you. If you turn your heart away, you will walk past a door that I opened for you at great cost. That is why I am speaking so strongly. That is why my words come with fire and tenderness all at once. I do not want you to miss the life, the healing, the breakthrough, the destiny that I have set in front of you. You have asked me, where are you, Lord? Why do I feel alone? Why do I feel empty? And now I answer, I am here. I have never been far. You did not always feel me, but feelings are not the measure of my presence. I am the one who never leaves, who never forsakes, who never abandons his own. I was beside you when no one else was. I carried you when your strength failed. I shielded you when enemies surrounded. I whispered to you in dreams. I stirred you with sudden thoughts. I wrapped you in quiet peace when you did not know where it came from. That was me. It has always been me. And now I reveal myself plainly so you can know beyond doubt that you are not alone. My child, lift your eyes. Look beyond the weight of the moment. Look beyond the lies of the enemy. See me here, standing before you, arms open wide, heart burning with love for you. I am not angry with you. I am not ashamed of you. I am not disappointed in you. I am proud that you are here, that you have listened this far, that you have opened your heart even a little to my voice. That small opening is all I need, for when you give me even a fraction of your attention, I will pour my spirit into you like a flood. Do not waste this divine appointment. Do not think lightly of it. There are moments in life that pass without great meaning, but this is not one of them. This is a holy appointment written by my hand before creation. This is the second when eternity touches your present. This is the instant when destiny bends in your favor if you will only believe. I declare again, I am here. I am with you. I have come near to remind you that you are loved, chosen, and precious to me. Every second of this moment is filled with my spirit, and what you do with it matters. Do not turn away. Do not let distraction steal this seed. Hold it close, let it sink deep, and watch as it grows into the miracle you have been waiting for. My child, I am here. Every heartbeat is proof of my presence. Every breath is filled with my spirit. Every second is holy because I am near. Believe it, receive it, and never forget. This moment was chosen before creation, and it belongs to you and me right now. My beloved child, now let me draw closer to the places you have tried to hide. I see beyond the smile you wear for others. I see past the strength you try to hold up in front of the world. I see the parts of you that no one else knows about, the silent cries that escape in the night, the heaviness that presses on your chest when you are alone, the wounds that never seem to heal. You may think no one understands the weight you carry, but I do. I have walked every step with you, and nothing has escaped my eyes. You remember the nights when you cried until you had no more words. You whispered prayers into the darkness, not knowing if they would ever be heard. But I heard them all. Every tear that fell, I gathered. Every sigh I recorded, every whispered question, I answered in ways you may not have noticed, but I never ignored you. I have never left you to suffer alone, though the enemy has tried to convince you otherwise. You have carried fears that you were too ashamed to speak out loud. Fear of failing again. Fear of being rejected. Fear of being forgotten. You wondered if you were truly worth loving, if your life had any meaning, if there was any reason to keep going. My child, hear me clearly. I have never stopped loving you. I have never turned my back on you. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are my precious treasure, and every part of you matters to me. I remember the betrayal that broke your heart, the trust you gave that was shattered by others. You thought you would never recover, that the wound would always define you. But I tell you now, I was there. When others spoke against you, I was defending you. When others abandoned you, I stayed. When they broke promises, I whispered mine over you again and again. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Their rejection was painful, but it could never cancel my acceptance of you. Their cruelty cut deep, but it could never reach the place where my love holds you. You thought your silence meant no one cared. You hid your pain because you did not want to burden anyone. You smiled when your soul was breaking. You laughed while carrying sorrow inside. But I saw through it all. Every hidden ache was clear to me. Every wound in your heart was open before my eyes. And I did not look away. I did not grow tired of your questions. I did not grow weary of your weakness. Instead, I leaned closer. I carried the weight you could not bear. I stood between you and the darkness that wanted to consume you. Even in your lowest moment, I shielded you from destruction. Write your word is my everlasting truth. Lord, if you stand firm on Scripture's promise. You wonder, Lord, if you were with me, why did I feel so alone? Why did it hurt so much? My beloved, I want you to understand, your pain was never wasted. It was not punishment. It was not a sign that I had left you. It was a refining, a shaping, a season where you were being prepared for greater strength. I did not send the betrayal, but I used it to make you wiser. I did not cause the rejection, but I turned it into protection. I did not place the burden, but I used it to draw you closer to me. Everything the enemy meant to destroy you, I have turned into the very ground on which you will rise. Even now, I see the doubt still lingering in your heart. You ask, will I ever be free from this? Will I ever be whole again? Will I ever see the answers to my prayers? Listen closely. Yes, you will. For I am the healer of broken hearts. I am the lifter of heavy burdens. I am the one who restores what was stolen, who makes whole what was shattered, who breathes life into what was dead. The pain you feel will not last forever. The sorrow you carry will not define your future. I am writing a new chapter for you, one filled with peace, with joy, with restoration. I have never abandoned you, not for a single moment. Even when you turned away in anger, I stayed. Even when you doubted me, I was faithful. Even when you thought you had nothing left to give, I gave you breathe for one more day. You did not survive by accident. You survived because I held you. You are here today, reading these words because my hand has been upon you all along. My beloved child, I know the weight of loneliness that has haunted you. You sat in rooms full of people and still felt unseen. You tried to explain your pain, but no one understood. Yet I understood. I saw every detail. I knew every hidden thought. I wrapped my presence around you even when you could not feel it. That sudden calm that came out of nowhere, that was me. That strength that rose in you when you thought you would break, that was me. The whisper that told you to keep going when you wanted to quit, that was me. I have always been your companion, even when the world turned away. Do you remember the moments when you should have fallen but somehow stood? The times when you had no answer, no way forward, yet the way opened. The nights you thought would never end, yet morning still came. Those were not coincidences. Those were my interventions. I stepped into your story again and again, even when you didn't notice. I protected you from dangers you never saw. I fought battles you did not even know were being waged in the unseen. I kept you alive when the enemy tried to destroy you. You are still standing because I never left you. Your hidden struggles are not hidden from me. I see the mental battles that rage in your mind, the anxious thoughts, the memories that haunt you, the lies that whisper you are not enough. I know them all. And I say to you now, those lies are broken. They have no power over you. For I declare you worthy, chosen, loved, and destined for more than you can imagine. The labels others placed on you do not define you. The failures you remember do not control you. I alone define you, and I call you mine. I have seen the disappointments that made you question your prayers. You asked me for answers, and when they seemed delayed, you wondered if I was listening. I was listening. Delay is not denial. What I held back was not to hurt you, but to protect you. I know the right time. I know what you can carry. I know what is best for you. Every no was a greater yes in disguise. Every closed door was a shield from harm. Every silence was a space of preparation. I have never ignored your prayers. I have stored them, treasured them, and I will answer them in ways far greater than you expect. Child, let your heart rest now. You do not need to hide from me. You do not need to pretend you are strong. I already know the depths of your pain, and still I love you with an everlasting love. Nothing you have suffered has made me love you less. Nothing you have done has pushed me away. I am here, arms open wide, ready to heal the broken pieces of your heart. I am here to lift the weight you have carried too long. I am here to breathe new life into your weary soul. Never again believe the lie that you were alone. I was there when you cried. I was there when you fell. I was there when you could not rise. I was the strength that carried you. I was the shield that protected you. I was a love that never let go. And I am still here now, closer than ever, ready to wipe every tear, to calm every fear, to restore every broken place. My beloved child, I have seen your hidden pain. I have collected your tears. I have heard your silent cries. I have never abandoned you, and I never will. Hold on to me now, for I am about to turn your sorrow into joy, your mourning into dancing, your despair into hope. This is my promise to you, and I will never fail. My beloved child, let me uncover what you have tried so hard to bury deep within your heart. I see the weight you carry in silence. I see the way you smile so others will not ask questions, the way you hide your trembling behind laughter, the way you push yourself to keep moving when your spirit longs to collapse. I see it all, for nothing in you is hidden from me. Your struggles are not invisible. Your pain is not forgotten, and your tears are not wasted. Every drop had been seen, every sigh recorded, every cry treasured by me. You have walked through nights when your pillow was soaked with tears, when your heart asked questions your mouth could not speak. You wondered, does anyone notice? Does anyone hear me? Does anyone care? And in those moments when you thought you were talking to an empty sky, I was leaning close, catching every word. You may not have seen my face or heard my voice with your ears, but my presence wrapped around you. I stood guard over you in the shadows. I shielded your heart from breaking beyond repair, and I whispered life into you when you thought you could not see another sunrise. I know the betrayals that broke your trust. I saw the promises made to you that were later shattered. I saw the ones you loved turn their backs, leaving wounds that words cannot describe. Those moments pierced you like a sword, and you thought you would never recover. But I tell you this, none of it was unseen by me. Every cruel word, every abandonment, every false accusation, I was there. When they walk away, I stayed. When they rejected you, I embraced you. When they cast you aside, I lifted you up in my arms. Your rejection could never erase my acceptance. Their cruelty could never undo my love. My child, I know the fear you have carried in secret. The fear that you are not enough. The fear that you will never measure up. The fear that you will always be overlooked. I know how you compare yourself to others, thinking they are stronger, more gifted, more worthy of blessing. But I created you with purpose and intention. I placed within you treasures no one else carries. You are not overlooked by me. You are not too small for my attention. You are not forgotten in the crowd. I have engraved you on the palms of my hands, and your name has never left my lips. There were times you thought I was silent, that I had turned away. You prayed for answers, but the heavens felt quiet. You asked for direction, but the path seemed dark, and you began to wonder if I had abandoned you. But hear me now. I never left. The silence was not absence. It was preparation. While you thought nothing was happening, I was arranging what you could not see. While you waited in tears, I was planting seeds for your future. Delay was not denial. Silence was not rejection. I was shaping you in the hidden place, building strength, patience, and faith that could not be broken. I know how heavy your loneliness has been. You sat among people yet felt unseen. You gave your best and still felt unappreciated. You offered love but received little in return. And in that loneliness you asked, am I truly worth anything? My beloved, let me answer, yes, you are. You are worth more than all the treasures of the earth. You are worth more than all the stars in the heavens. You are worth the gross. You understand this. I endured pain and suffering beyond measure so you could know you are not forgotten, so you could know you are eternally loved. Do you remember those times when you should have fallen apart, yet somehow you stood? When you had no strength, yet still you kept moving. That was me holding you. That was me placing my hand under your chin, lifting your head when shame and sorrow tried to press it down. You thought it was your own strength, but it was my grace sustaining you. I carried you through storms that were meant to drown you. I fought battles you never even saw. You are still here because I never let go. My child, every scar on your heart, I know. Every memory that still hurts, I see. Every question that lingers in your mind, I hear. You have wondered if healing is possible. if joy will ever return, if peace will ever be yours. Hear me now, yes, it will. For I am the healer of broken hearts. I am the one who binds up wounds. I am the restorer of lost years. What was taken from you will be restored in ways greater than before. What was broken will be made whole. What was dead will live again. You do not need to pretend with me. You do not need to hide your weakness or cover your tears. I love you in your brokenness. I love you in your doubts. I love you in your questions. I am not disappointed in your struggle. I am proud that you are still here, still reaching for me, still holding on even when you feel empty. That is faith, my child, not the absence of pain, but the choice to keep trusting me in the middle of it. Never again believe the lie that you were abandoned. When you cried, I was beside you. When you fell, I was the hand that lifted you. When you thought you could not continue, I breathed life into your weary soul. You were never alone, not for a single heartbeat. I have walked with you through fire, and you were not consumed. I have walked with you through floods, and you were not drowned. And I will continue to walk with you into the future I have prepared. So now, lay your pain in my hands. Give me the burdens you cannot carry. Surrender the memories that torment you, the fears that bind you, the sorrow that weighs on your heart. I will not turn you away. I will not shame you. I will hold you, heal you, and make you new. For I have seen your hidden struggles. I have collected your tears. I have heard your silent cries, and I promise you this: I will never abandon you. My beloved child, listen closely now, for what I am about to speak over you is a promise sealed with my own hand. Your season of endless trial, of unshaken heaviness, of nights filled with tears and mornings burdened with dread, it is coming to an end. The chains that have wrapped around you for too long are breaking even now. The doors that were locked against you are opening wide, and what you thought was impossible will be possible because I, the Lord your God, have declared it. You have endured storms that felt like they would never end. You have walked through fire, through floods, through valleys so deep you thought you would never rise again. Yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still seeking me. That is no accident. It is proof that my hand has been upon you all along, carrying you through what should have destroyed you. And now, because you did not give up, because you held on even when you felt weak, I am declaring that your breakthrough is here. The season of trial has not been wasted. Though the pain was real, though the waiting felt endless, though the burden pressed heavy, I was shaping you in the fire. I was preparing you in the hidden place. I was building strength, patience, and faith inside of you that could not have been formed in easy times. Now this season has served its purpose, and it must give way to something new. Your tears will not flow forever. Your sorrow will not remain forever. Your chains will not hold you forever. I am declaring an end to the trials that have crushed you and a beginning of restoration, joy, and freedom. My child, see the chains falling. Chains of fear that whispered you were not enough breaking. Chains of sickness that stole your strength breaking. Chains of lack that kept you bound in worry breaking. Chains of rejection that made you feel unwanted breaking. Chains of confusion that left you wondering breaking. I am snapping them one by one, and they will not return, for whom the sun sets free is free indeed. The doors that were shut before you are opening now. You knocked and heard no answer. You prayed and saw no change. You waited and felt forgotten. But I tell you, the door is opening. Opportunities you thought had passed will return. Relationships you thought were gone will be restored in a way that glorifies me. Dreams you buried because of disappointment will rise again with new strength. The season of delay is shifting into a season of movement, and the doors I open no one will be able to shut. I am speaking blessings into every area of your life. Your health where sickness has lingered, I am sending healing. Where weakness has drained you, I am restoring strength. Where doctors had no answers, my spirit is moving to do what human hands cannot. Your body is the temple I created, and I am breathing new life into it even now. Do not believe the lie that you will always be sick, that you will always be tired, that you will always carry this burden. I am the God who heals, and my healing is flowing into your body. Your relationships where division has torn, I am mending. Where betrayal has wounded, I am bringing restoration. Where loneliness has haunted, I am sending companionship rooted in my love. I am breaking cycles of toxic connections and bringing into your life people who will build, encourage, and walk with you in truth. No longer will you feel abandoned or surrounded by those who do not see your worth. I will place beside you those who recognize the treasure I placed within you. Type Amen with faith and share this video so God's promise can reach more hearts today. My child, stop everything. Do not let your eyes wander, do not let your thoughts drift away. This very moment is not ordinary. This is not coincidence. This is not random. I, the Lord your God, have interrupted your day to speak directly to your heart. I have made a very serious decision about you, and it will change the course of your life forever. This message is not like the others you have heard before. This is a divine appointment that was written before the foundation of the world. I set this very moment aside so that when you would hear my voice, you would know without a doubt that I am speaking to you, and to you alone. My beloved, you are not just one among many. You are my chosen one. I have engraved your name upon the palms of my hands, and I have watched every step of your life from the moment you drew your first breath until this very second. I have seen the days when you smiled outwardly but carried a heavy weight inside. I have seen the nights when sleep escaped you and you cried silently, wondering if I even heard you. I was there. I was closer than the very air you were breathing. I have always been near, and I have waited for this appointed time to tell you what I have decided. You may wonder, why now? Why this moment? Why with such urgency? It is because your destiny has reached a turning point. You have walked through seasons of delay, disappointment, confusion, and pain. You have wrestled with doubts, asking why your prayers seemed unanswered and why your efforts often felt unseen. But, my child, every step, every tear, every silent cry has been leading to this moment. It has moved. The balance of your life has shifted. The plans I wrote for you long before you were formed in your mother's womb are about to unfold in ways you never imagined. And I need you to hear me clearly. You cannot ignore this message. If you turn away, you will miss the blessing, the breakthrough, and the decision I have already sealed in heaven. My beloved, listen with your heart, not just with your ears. This is not noise. This is not simply words. This is my voice calling out to you from eternity. I call you by name. I call you as a father calls his beloved child. I call you with urgency, for time is moving quickly, and the window of opportunity I am opening before you will not remain open forever. I have decided to move in your life in a way that will shock even you. You have prayed for change. You have begged for signs. You have longed for clarity. And now, I am answering, but not in a small way. I am answering with a divine decree. I have chosen to lift you up, to shift you, to break the chains that held you bound, and to set you firmly on the path of destiny I created for you. You remember the moments when you thought you were forgotten, when you believed others were moving ahead while you were stuck. I was watching. I was not punishing you. I was preparing you. Every delay was not denial, it was preparation for the magnitude of what I am about to do. You see only fragments of your story, but I see the full design. I see where you were, where you are now, and where I am taking you. You thought you had reached the end, but I am only beginning. You thought you were overlooked, but I have been watching with unbroken attention. You thought you were abandoned, but I carried you in the moments when you felt weakest. And now, my child, the season has shifted. What was hidden will be revealed. What was closed will open. What was broken will be restored. This is why I say with authority and with love, stop everything and listen. For I, the Lord, have made a serious decision concerning you. This decision is not based on your failures, not based on your mistakes, not based on your shortcomings. It is based on my eternal love for you and the destiny I wrote for your life long before you walked this earth. I have looked at your life. I have weighed your prayers. I have considered your tears. And I have chosen to move in your favor. I have decided to break patterns that seemed unbreakable. I have decided to silence voices of accusation that tried to define you. I have decided to lift burdens from your shoulders and replace them with peace you cannot explain. I have decided to make a way for you where there seemed to be no way. Do not doubt these words, my child. Do not question whether this message is for you. I orchestrated every detail to bring you here at this very moment so you could hear me say, this is your divine appointment. Nothing is by chance. Nothing is random. You are standing at the doorway of change, and I am the one opening it. I am the one calling you forward. I am the one declaring that your life will never remain the same. You may not feel ready, but I say you are prepared. You may not feel worthy, but I say you are chosen. You may not see the full picture, but I say trust me, for I have already gone ahead of you. My child, the decision has been made in heaven, and now it will unfold in your life. You will see the fruit of prayers you thought were forgotten. You will witness breakthroughs in areas where you saw only barrenness. You will rise where you once fell. You will walk in light where there was darkness. And you will testify that I, the Lord, have spoken and fulfilled my word. Type, Lord, break every chain in me if you're ready for His freedom. I know the weight you carry. I know the fear that creeps in when you are alone. I know the questions that haunt your mind, the regrets that replay in your heart. But I tell you today, those weights are falling. Those fears are silenced. Those regrets are washed away. For I, the Lord your God, have declared a new beginning for you. This is not the end. This is not the place where you settle. This is the place where you rise. This is the place where my hand will lift you, guide you, and lead you into the fullness of destiny. So I call you again with love and urgency, my child, stop everything and listen. For the decision has already been made. Heaven has already shifted. The angels are already moving. And I, your Father, am speaking directly to your heart. Do not walk away. Do not delay. Receive these words as your divine revelation. This is the moment where everything changes. I have seen every hidden tear that has rolled down your cheeks when you thought no one was watching. I have collected them as precious treasures, for none of them were wasted, and none of them slipped past me unnoticed. I have heard the silent prayers you whispered in the middle of the night, prayers so deep that sometimes you could not even find the words. You thought those cries vanished into the empty air, but they reached my throne, and I held them in my heart. I have watched your struggles, the ones you never told another soul about. I have seen the way you smiled in public but ached in private. I was there when you felt the sting of rejection, when you thought you were invisible, when you wondered if anyone truly understood the weight you carry. And I want you to know today with certainty, I saw it all. I felt it all. And I have never turned my face away from you. My beloved, do not think for a moment that your pain was overlooked. Every time your heart was broken, my heart broke with you. When you felt betrayed, I stood beside you, shielding your spirit even as your emotions collapsed. When you felt abandoned, I was closer than your breath, whispering comfort into your soul, even when you could not recognize it as me. I have walked with you in every shadow. I have sat beside you in the loneliness that seemed endless. I have stood guard over you in the darkest nights when fear tried to suffocate your hope. Even when you thought you were alone, I was surrounding you with my presence. You may not have seen me, but I was the reason you survived. You may not have felt me, but I was the strength that helped you rise again after falling. I have watched you carry burdens silently, burdens that no one else even noticed. People may have overlooked your struggles, but I never did. I was there when you questioned your worth. I was there when you stared at the ceiling at night and wondered if your life had any purpose. I was there when your body felt tired, your mind felt heavy, and your spirit felt like it was breaking. I was holding you, lifting you, keeping you from falling deeper into despair. Do not believe the lie that I was absent. I was closer to you in those painful moments than ever before. I was whispering, "Hold on, my child. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are mine." You thought I was silent, but my silence was not absence. I was watching, guiding, and preparing. I was shaping your heart to withstand storms. I was strengthening your faith in ways you could not see. Every tear you cried became a seed in my hands, and I am now bringing forth a harvest of joy from those seeds. Every sigh you released in exhaustion was heard in my ears, and I responded with unseen protection. You wondered if anyone cared. I cared. You wondered if anyone noticed. I noticed. You wondered if your prayers mattered. They mattered to me, and I have been weaving them into my divine plan for your life. My child, I have walked with you even in the shadows where you thought you were abandoned. Do you remember those nights when you asked, "Lord, where are you?" I was there, sitting beside you in silence, not because I had nothing to say, but because I was holding you in ways words could not express. I was the comfort that came suddenly when you least expected it. I was the unexpected strength that helped you rise in the morning after a night of tears. I was the quiet peace that settled over you, even when your circumstances had not changed. That was me. That was my presence. I have never left you, not for a moment. You see, my beloved, I know you more intimately than you know yourself. I know the thoughts you tried to hide, the fears you tried to push down, the regrets you tried to forget. I see the scars you carry inside, the ones others cannot see, and I hold them gently in my hands. I have watched you blame yourself, for things that were never your fault. I have seen you carry guilt that I already forgave. I have seen you punish yourself for mistakes that my mercy already erased. I know the lies the enemy has whispered to you, telling you that you are not enough, that you are unworthy, that you are unloved. But I have come to silence those lies with my truth. You are chosen. You are loved. You are mine. With deepest humility and warmth, we lovingly invite you to support our channel, as our only wish is to bring joy, peace, and devotion into your life while nurturing reverence toward God. And if our efforts have blessed you, you may kindly support us through the Super Thanks button down below. I have been with you in the seasons of confusion, when you did not know which way to turn. I was a whisper in your spirit that guided you, even when you thought it was just your own thoughts. I was the hand that closed doors that would have led to your harm, even though at the time you thought those doors were opportunities. I was the one who shielded you from traps you did not even see. I was protecting you long before you even realized you needed protection. I have walked through every valley with you. When others left, I stayed. When others doubted you, I believed in you. When others spoke against you, I defended you in the courts of heaven. My child, I have never been absent from your story. Every chapter, even the painful ones, has my fingerprints upon it. When you cried and no one came to comfort you, I came. When you felt too weak to keep going, I carried you. When you thought no one saw your pain, I saw it more clearly than anyone. I have never turned away from you, and I never will. You are the apple of my eye, the treasure of my heart, the child I love without condition. You may feel ordinary, but to me you are extraordinary. You may feel forgotten, but to me you are unforgettable. You may feel lost, but to me you have always been found. So hear me now, my beloved one. Nothing you have gone through has been wasted. Every hidden tear has been recorded. Every silent prayer has been heard. Every unspoken pain has been felt by me. And I am moving now to redeem it all. I am turning your sorrow into strength. I am turning your pain into purpose. I am turning your waiting into a testimony of my faithfulness. I have not ignored you. I have not forgotten you. I have been with you all along, and I am with you now, speaking directly to your heart. I want you to know this deeply. I am not far. I am not distant. I am here, closer than your very breath. I will never leave you, never forsake you, never abandon you. You are mine, and I delight in you. I rejoice over you. I weep with you. I walk with you. I fight for you. And I will never stop loving you. My beloved child, now listen with all the attention of your heart, for I, the Lord your God, have made a very serious decision concerning you. This is not a small matter. This is not something that will pass like a fleeting shadow. What I have decided about you will change the course of your life forever. A great turning point has come, and the weight of heaven rests upon this moment. I am speaking clearly so that you will not doubt, so that you will not mistake this for imagination. This is not wishful thinking. This is not empty comfort. This is my decree, sealed in the courts of heaven and now released upon your life. My child, I have watched you walk through seasons of pain and disappointment. I have seen you chained by burdens, bound by fears, and trapped in cycles you thought would never end. I have watched as the enemy whispered lies to you, telling you that you would never rise, that your story would never change, that your destiny had slipped away. But I, the Lord, declare to you today that those lies are broken. The chains are shattered. The prison doors are opening. The chapter of suffering is closing, and a new chapter of destiny is beginning. This is the decision I have made. This is the turning point I have declared. You have wondered why certain doors closed, why some paths were blocked, why people you depended on suddenly walked away. You thought it was rejection. You thought it was failure. But I tell you, it was protection. I was redirecting you. I was removing what could not go with you into the future I have prepared. I was clearing away every weight that tried to hold you down. My decision is this: you will no longer live in the shadows of what has been. You will no longer be defined by past pain. You will no longer carry the chains of yesterday into the tomorrow I have prepared. I am lifting you from the ashes of sorrow and placing you into the light of a brand new season. Heaven has already shifted, my child. Do you sense it? The atmosphere around your life is no longer the same. Angels have been released to guard, to guide, and to open the way before you. The heavens have aligned, and what once resisted you will now yield. What once seemed impossible will now be possible. What once delayed you will no longer hold you back. For I, the Lord, have spoken, and when I speak, nothing can stand against my word. You have been tested in the fire, but now I call you out refined like gold. You have been pressed underweight, but now I release you into freedom. You have been overlooked by many, but now I place my hand upon you for all to see. I have decided that your destiny cannot remain hidden any longer. The time has come for you to rise, for you to walk boldly into the purpose I wrote for you before time began. This is not the end of your story. This is the unfolding of a greater plan than you ever imagined. I know you thought your suffering defined you. I know you thought your mistakes disqualified you. I know you thought your past was too heavy, too broken, too stained. But my child, my decision overrules every accusation, every failure, every regret. My mercy has spoken. My love has decreed. My grace has covered you. I have chosen to lift you higher, not because you earned it, but because you are mine. I do not decide based on human judgment. I decide based on my eternal purpose. And my purpose for you is life, hope, abundance, and glory. Do not look at yourself through the mirror of your past any longer. Do not measure your worth by what others have said or by what you have lost. I, the Lord, am the one who defines you, and I call you chosen, beloved, redeemed, and set apart. I have placed a crown of purpose upon your head, and no one can remove it. The decision I have made is final, and it will not be overturned. I have chosen to bless you. I have chosen to heal you. I have chosen to restore you. I have chosen to use you as a vessel of light in a world full of darkness. My child, do not fear what is ahead. The chapter of sorrow is closing. The season of wandering is ending. I have written a new page in your story, and it begins now. You will not remain where you are. You will not be stuck in endless waiting. The shift has already taken place. You will see doors open that you could never open by yourself. You will witness provision in places where you once saw only lack. You will feel strength rise in your soul where there was once only weakness. For I, your God, have made the decision to move you forward. I want you to understand something very clearly. This decision was not made lightly. I have weighed your life, and I have chosen this time. You are at the turning point of destiny. All of heaven rejoices because of what I have set in motion. Angels sing because of the breakthrough unfolding in your life. The enemy trembles because he knows his hold on you is broken. The earth itself will bear witness as my favor marks your path. You are stepping into a season that will not look like the last. The tears you sowed in sorrow will now be reaped in joy. The prayers you whispered in silence will now be answered openly. The wounds you carried in secret will now become testimonies of my healing power. Say, Jesus, I cling to you if he's the anchor of your soul. Do not resist this shift. Do not cling to what is ending. I am calling you to release the old so you can embrace the new. I am asking you to trust me, even when you do not understand every detail. My decision is not to harm you, but to prosper you. My plan is not to confuse you, but to establish you. I am writing a destiny that will display my glory in your life. You will become a living testimony of what my love can do, of how I can lift the broken, restore the fallen, and crown the humble with victory. So lift your head, my beloved. Wipe away your tears. Do not look back with regret. Look forward with faith. The heavens have already shifted, and your life will never remain the same after this moment. I, the Lord your God, have spoken, and it is done. My beloved child, I know the weight of the struggles you have carried. I know the questions you have asked in silence, wondering why life had to unfold the way it did. I have seen you wrestle with doubt, asking why your prayers were not answered in the way you expected, and why doors remained closed even after you knocked with all the faith you had. You looked at your life and thought perhaps I had forgotten you, perhaps I had turned my face away, perhaps your pain meant you were not worthy of my love. But hear me clearly today. None of your struggles were wasted. None of your tears were in vain. None of your unanswered prayers were signs of my rejection. They were all part of my preparation. I was shaping you, refining you, and building within you a strength that could not be shaken. You see, my child, preparation often feels like punishment because you cannot yet see the full picture. When you were waiting and waiting, you thought it was delay. But I was teaching you to endure, to trust, and to lean on me instead of your own strength. When you faced losses, you thought I was taking away from you. But I was clearing the path, removing what could not walk with you into the destiny I prepared. When you faced betrayal, you thought you were being destroyed. But I was teaching you discernment, giving you wisdom to recognize truth from lies, loyalty from deception. When prayers seemed unanswered, you thought I was silent. But I was speaking through the silence, training your heart to hear me in deeper ways. Every moment of pain was not rejection, it was instruction. Every delay was not abandonment, it was alignment. Every battle was not meant to break you, it was meant to build you. I have walked with you through every valley. I was there in the nights when your pillow was soaked with tears. I was there when your heart ached with loneliness and your mind was clouded with fear. I was there when you fell to your knees and said, Lord, how much longer must I endure? I did not ignore those cries. I was holding you closer than you realized. I was shaping your spirit, teaching you resilience, and refining your character like gold in the fire. Do you not know that gold only shines after it has endured the flame? Do you not see that diamonds only form under pressure? So it is with you, my child. I was never punishing you. I was preparing you for the weight of the blessings and the glory that are now coming into your life. I know you often felt weak. I know you sometimes wanted to give up. But even in those moments, I was with you. It was my hand that lifted you when you had no strength left. It was my whisper that kept you going when everything in you wanted to stop. You thought it was your own courage, but it was my spirit within you. You thought it was just survival, but I was teaching you to be a conqueror. You are not a victim of your past. You are a survivor, a warrior, a child of destiny. Every battle you faced was part of the training ground that has prepared you for this new season. Think back, my beloved, on all the times you thought you would not make it. Did I not carry you through? Did I not provide in ways you could not explain? Did I not heal wounds you thought would never close? Even when you walked through fire, you were not burned. Even when the flood came, you were not drowned. Even when darkness surrounded you, I was the light guiding your steps. Every trial you faced revealed the strength I placed within you. Every disappointment you endured revealed the depth of my grace over you. Every heartbreak you survived revealed the resilience of your spirit. And now I say to you, my child, you are stronger than you know, because I have been shaping you all along. You may not understand why some prayers were delayed. You may not understand why some dreams seemed denied. But hear me. Delay is not denial. It is preparation. I withhold nothing from you out of cruelty. When I withhold, it is because I am protecting you. When I delay, it is because I am perfecting the timing. You asked me for certain things, and you thought I did not hear. But I heard every word. I was not ignoring you, I was aligning the answer to arrive at the right moment. Had I given you what you asked for when you wanted it, it would have harmed you, overwhelmed you, or pulled you away from your true purpose. I love you too much to give you something too soon. I care for you too deeply to place in your hands what your spirit was not yet ready to carry. Trust me, my beloved. What seemed like silence was strategy. What seemed like absence was alignment. The suffering you endured was never the end of your story. It was the soil in which your faith was planted. It was the furnace that refined your heart. It was the weight that strengthened your soul. And now, the fruit of all you endured is about to be revealed. The time of preparation is over, and the time of fulfillment has come. You are not the same person you were when the pain began. You have grown. You have matured. You have been transformed. The very storms that tried to destroy you have made you unshakable. The very battles that tried to break you have equipped you with weapons of faith. The very tears that watered the ground are now producing a harvest of joy. So do not look back at your past with bitterness. Do not look at your scars with shame. See them for what they truly are: proof of your survival, proof of my presence, proof that you are more than a conqueror. You did not come out of those seasons empty. You came out carrying wisdom, resilience, compassion, and strength. You now have the ability to comfort others with the comfort I gave you. You now carry authority in the Spirit because of what you endured and overcame. You are no longer a victim, you are a vessel of victory. My beloved child, I am proud of you. You have endured trials that could have destroyed others, yet you still stand. You have faced battles that should have broken you, yet your faith remains. You have walked through darkness, yet your light has not gone out. This is proof that you are ready for the new chapter I am opening. You were not punished, you were prepared. You were not abandoned, you were strengthened. You were not forsaken, you were refined. And now you will see why. Lift your head, my child. See yourself as I see you, not weak but strong, not broken but whole, not defeated but victorious. You are not what your past says you are. You are not what your failures tried to name you. You are who I say you are, and I call you chosen, beloved, and destined for greatness. You are a conqueror because my Spirit lives in you. You are more than victorious because my hand is upon you. You are unstoppable because my decision hath been made. What once felt like endless pain will now reveal itself as priceless preparation for the life that is unfolding before you. So step forward with courage. Do not fear the future. Do not despise the process that brought you here. It was all working together for your good. Every unanswered prayer, every delayed dream, every painful night, it all has meaning now. You are prepared. You are ready. And I, the Lord your God, am walking with you into a season of victory that will leave no doubt that I was with you all along. My beloved child, now hear the revelation of your destiny. For I, the Lord your God, am opening before you a door that no one can shut. This is not an ordinary door. This is not a door crafted by human hands, nor one that depends on the approval of man. This is a door carved by my own will, shaped by eternity and time perfectly for this very season of your life. You have waited, you have prayed, you have endured, and now I declare that the time has come for you to step into the purpose I have prepared. No voice of the enemy can stop it. No hand of man can close it. No circumstance can block it. For when I open, it remains open, and when I move, nothing can stand in my way. My child, you are stepping into a season of blessings beyond what you have imagined. I'm pouring out restoration in the places where you thought all was lost. I am breathing life into dreams you thought were dead. I am bringing healing to the wounds you thought would never close. I am making all things new. Do not doubt, for you will see it with your own eyes. You will witness my favor marking your path. You will watch as opportunities appear where once there were only obstacles. You will see doors open suddenly, unexpectedly, and undeniably, and you will know it is my hand. The revelation of your destiny is this: you are chosen, set apart, and uniquely appointed for a holy purpose. You are not here by chance. You are not forgotten in the crowd. You are my masterpiece, crafted with intention, carrying gifts that no one else carries in the same way. I did not create you to live small, hidden, or bound by fear. I created you to shine with my light, to walk with authority, and to fulfill the assignment I wrote over your life before the foundation of the world. You may have doubted yourself, but I have never doubted you. You may have questioned your worth, but I have never questioned the value I placed within you. You may have thought you were too broken, too weak, or too late, but I say to you, you are right on time. You are chosen. You are ready. You are set apart. My child, this open door is more than an opportunity, it is a declaration. It declares that I have remembered you. It declares that I have heard your cries. It declares that the season of delay is over. It declares that your destiny is unfolding. You will no longer walk in circles. You will no longer feel stuck in endless waiting. You are stepping forward now into the flow of my favor, into the outpouring of my Spirit, into the fullness of what I promised. I know you have faced many battles, and sometimes you wondered if the fight was even worth it. But every battle was shaping you for this very hour. Every tear you shed watered the soil of destiny, and now the harvest is ready. You will see blessings spring forth like streams in the desert. You will see restoration bloom in places that look barren. You will see healing flow like rivers into the deepest places of your heart. You will see my favor rest upon your home, your relationships, your health, your finances, your mind, and your spirit. This is not just one blessing, it is a flood of blessings. It is an outpouring that will touch every area of your life. Do not be afraid to walk through this open door. Do not let doubt or fear hold you back. For I have gone before you, clearing the way. The enemies that once stood in your path will not be able to stop you. The chains that once held you have already been broken. The walls that once blocked you have already fallen. What once was closed is now open, and it is open by my decree. Walk forward with confidence, my child, for I am with you. I am guiding every step. I am surrounding you with angels. I am covering you with my favor. You will not walk this path alone, for I, the Lord, am your constant companion. Type Amen if you receive this blessing today and share this video so someone else can feel God's touch.